Have a great night. Thank you. Okay, next is Mr. Tim Lorito, 184 West Main Street. Seeks permission to renovate interior for restaurant bar. Subject premises located in D2 Business Zone. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Mr. Board, Mr. Chairman. Jim Santorra, on behalf of Deli Design, 5 Bethpage Road, Copiague, New York. Mr. Lorito could not make it here this evening. He apologizes. I believe the last bit of issue we had hanging was the board had requested some information in regards to the right-of-way on the west side of the building. We've done some title searches. I have copies here for the board.
Yeah.
Oops.
Make sure Joe gets one.
Excuse me. I got it.
Who did the title work?
Have that here.
Because there's no report that goes with it, these are just documents. Normally this would be, there would be a search indicating what it
Yes, I do have a cover page. I didn't believe it was relevant, but I guess I was wrong. These were 2 pages per seat.
Okay. Nick Galopoli on this one time. Goes back, I guess. Not that long ago. What's the occupancy that the applicant is looking for in this establishment?
I believe it was greater than 50, below 100.
Has he had a chat with the building inspector as it relates to that, with the access that's available?
As far as means of egress?
Occupancy. As it relates to means of egress, because as it stands now, there's only one door in front. There is a rear exit, but it's a rear exit to nowhere as we understand it.
Right, well, that was the reason I believe the planning board requested the
Well, absolutely.
search for the right of way, to make sure that that alleyway was going to be an accessible use for the second means of egress if there were over 50 people, 50 occupants.
And we'll obviously have to internalize these documents.
It was my understanding and my very limited knowledge of real estate law that the subject premises has half of the 8-foot they have rights to the center of the 8-foot right-of-way subject to a party wall agreement. And apparently that's buried somewhere in those pages that they provided.
We're not going to try to parse this data here, obviously.
Understood.
All right, so based on what we find here, we may or may not ask for the site plan. Well, we may ask for an updated site plan. We may ask for the actual number of tables and the area inside to be reduced based on what we think that the building department is comfortable with as far as occupancy, but that would be after a determination is made by council as to the right-of-way that exists, if it exists. So unless anybody has any specific questions for the applicant, we appreciate you bringing this information forward. Do you have anything else you want to present at this time?
At that point, I believe,
Has anything changed, I should say, from our last thing?
No, no, as far as my client is concerned, everything else has been the same as to the last 2 meetings we've had with you, and we believe this was the last outstanding bit of information that you guys have requested that we can
Okay,
provide.
so at this time, we appreciate that. We won't take any more of your time.
Okay.
But since it is an open hearing, anybody have anything they'd like to bring before the board, please come forward, state your name and address, tell us what's on your mind.
You get both that part of this?
No, we will. Thank you, Mr. Santorra. Good evening, sir. Your name and address.
John Bogack, 8 Napton Street. I just want to clarify in my mind, presently there is one entrance, is that it? One
There's an
functional
entrance in
door?
the front of the structure, there is also a rear entrance, but the rear entrance enters into a backyard that is essentially landlocked to the rear and to the side, and the only access would be down the alleyway that runs alongside the building, which is obviously a concern to this board.
Okay, so that's, I've been to that back area, because I think I've mentioned this before, I went to the laundromat, there's the laundromat right next door, and I've been to that back area.
But you can't get from the adjoining store into that backyard. There was, at one time, it would appear to me, from personal observation, that there was an alleyway there, or an area behind the store, and it seems to have been walled up in some fashion. So essentially, if you were to exit out the back of this establishment, directly behind it, there's an elevated parking lot.
There is.
It would be from the street in the rear.
Right.
And so the only way out, God forbid any kind of emergency, would be down the alleyway.
Yes, that would be true. So I guess my only concern would be, as yours probably is, there should be an adequate exit from this club. One entrance will not do. So,
Absolutely agree, sir.
okay, thank you.
Thanks for coming up. Anybody else wish to speak for or against the application? Okay, I'll entertain a motion to continue adjournment of this application pending further information that we can find after council's had the opportunity to review it and the members of the board have had the opportunity to review it.
Motion
At that
to
time,
adjourn.
thank you. Second. Second, all those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? So carried. Okay, that